Okay. And after endless, Agna, be ready with your presentation. Okay.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to all. Myself, analyst, here to present the seminar on the topic analysis on design fundamentals. As we all are learning about fashion-related concepts, I'll recall a short introduction on fashion. So what is fashion? Fashion is like eating. We didn't stick on to the same menu, or we didn't follow the same menu on everyday life. So we'll keep on trying new and different varieties of dishes. So that's the same case in fashion too. We'll try on try on changing our styles and trends, which makes us more interesting. So that we can conclude that whatever we wear is also a fashion. And as you can see here, fashion is about change, which is necessary to keep life interesting. So it's not only about clothing or accessories, and also about someone's perspective of admiration and choice. And it can be also used as a way of measuring a mood of a person, which can be useful in many aspects, culturally, socially, even psychologically. And if according, it will be according to the person's perspective. So if it's according to me, if I'm in a very dull mood, if I'm in a very bad mood, then I'll take a dull shade of garment to wear. If I'm in a very happy and inspired mood, then I'll take a bright shade to wear. And what's one? Yeah. So a fashion designer is not a person who creates beauty or a design, but also can pursue someone's dreams for certain reasons. And also we have to let know what is fashion design. So fashion design is a fabulous art of applying design to clothing and accessories to give its best as beauty. And they are responsible to anticipate the changes to consumers' desires and to please them. And next, here it is about design. And in fashion, this design is a plan or a specification for the creation of a clothing or an accessory. In other way, it can be of furniture or many more things. And in fashion, it is a plan or a specification for the creation of a clothing or an accessory. And here, a word to be introduced, that is horticulture, and it is a creation of exclusive customized clothing for certain clients according to their desires, taken time and made with high quality materials in it. And many horticultures have taken place in many fashion destiny parts of the world. And then these wonderful makings can be seen in the fashion shows and many other occasions. And here I'm going to introduce a Chinese fashion designer who is Lan Yu. And here are the pictures. And she's a very famous bridal fashion designer in China, and also known fashion designer, one among the Asia. And she's a Chinese fashion designer born on 21st January 1986. And she's one of the China's new generation and is regarded as one of the Asia's most influential designers. And her design aspect is combining traditional Chinese Suzhou embroidery with horticulture. And the Suzhou embroidery is like she started learning the Suzhou embroidery since she was 5 years old, and her mother was also very talented. And further, she found out that she's very skilled in Suzhou embroidery. And for the further studies, she went to Beijing Institute of Clothing and Technology in 2004, and graduated in 2008. And the same year, she went to New York's Fashion Institute of Technology. And in 2012, she was awarded an Executive Masters of Business Administration degree by China Europe International Business School. And then later, she settled in Beijing at China. And she was the first Chinese designer who got invited to Paris Horticulture Fashion Week in 2014. And in 2016, she got invited to New York Fashion Week to launch her first ready-to-wear collections. And she launched her 2 ready-to-wear collection and 2 haute couture collections each year. And she's also known as the Chinese queen of couture wedding dresses, as she's very famous for her bridal dresses. And here there is a image of the Chinese actress Dong Swan, and her wedding gown is designed by Len Yu. And here are there some images of the Chinese fashion designer Lan Yu herself become the model of her designed gown. I hope you can see it clearly.
Yes.
And next is about her collection. I have took fall winter 2019 to 2020, and these are the pictures. And these are of almost the same styles, but different in shades. Here. Ma'am, can you see the pictures clearly?
No, not right now. It was there before, but not now. It's just a blank slide. Yes, now I can. Yes, dear.
Yeah, these are the shades of violet in lavender. And the first one is symmetrically balanced. I think second one is not.
Second one was asymmetrically balanced.
Yeah. So it's not symmetrically balanced. That is asymmetrically balanced. And here also the first one is symmetrically balanced. Second one is asymmetrically balanced. I think in the second image, there is used the elements of design, that is point. And these gowns, their textures are really smooth. And in the first image, you can see that there is progressive rhythm used.
Not only progressive rhythm, when it comes to texture also, two different textures is being used in that particular skirt.
Yeah. And next is about elements of design. There are 4 elements of design, but here I think there is only 3 are used. And about principle of design, all of the 3 rhythms are used. And some are symmetrically and others are asymmetrically balanced, and some are color and value contrast. And here is about color palette. If it's fine, then I speak about the color psychology of the each
Yes,
color.
dear. Yes, dear.
So talking about the white is a color of silence, peace, purity, and it can indicate the presence of God. And it stands for the clarity and delicacy and simplicity. And next is red. Red symbolizes the strong-willed, determined emotions, and it makes us more passionate. And it's a color of celebration too. And the blue is a color of the calm sky, deep ocean, and all, and it symbolizes the reality. And the light tints of the blue symbolizes the sensitive emotions of a person, and also hope, softness, peace, etc. And orange is a optimistic and lively color. It's a joyful color, and it will get us attracted to tangy oranges, spicy foods, etc. And it's a very adventurous, fun-loving. It makes us adventurous and fun-loving mood. And a violet can indicate the magical blooming and mysterious mood, and it ranges from lavender, ethereal lavender, mauve, and purple to deep violet. And the lighter tints can be indicate the aging and femininity. And the baby pink is uh, no, the blue seems to be conservative and traditional, and it shows a mind feelings of calmness or security, and it can describe the peaceful and secure and orderly sign of stability and reality. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, unless you did a very good job, your presentation, explanation, and everything was good. It's really explanatory. And while discussing the collection, also you try to discuss, yes, elements of design and principles of design. Very good, unless.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, dear. The next, Agna, where is she? Okay, she's not here. So, Basma, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Basma, you can share your screen. And one thing, Nimita, your collection, I forgot to tell that day, the wedding gown worn by Priyanka Chopra is designed by Ralph Lauren.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, dear. And one designer who's similar to Lan Yu is in India is Ritu Kumar. Some of you might have heard about Ritu Kumar. She is kind of similar to the strategy Lan Yu followed in her collections. Okay, Ritu Kumar promoted this Indian traditional crafts and tried to encourage the artisans and handcrafts. Yes, Basma.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes, dear.
Good afternoon. My name is Basma. So today I'm going to take a seminar on fundamentals of design. So first of all, we'll know what is elements of design. So elements of design are the elements of design are the basic unit of any visual design which forms its structure and convey visual messages. So like the elements of designs are defined as like line, direction, shape, size, texture, and value and color.
So, Basma, the first element is dot. Okay.
Okay.
The first element is dot, line, then it goes on like
I
that.
forgot to write it.
It's okay. It's okay.
So as I have pasted a picture here, it shows point, line, shape, form, color, value, space, and texture. So a design may be having any of these elements, and the main element, as we know, is color. So I'll be describing about color mainly. Now let's talk about the color. So color is the result of light reflecting back from an object to our eyes, as we studied in science. The color that our eyes perceive is determined by the pigment of the object itself. So we'll now discuss about the color theory and the color wheel. So mainly color theory and color wheel are often referred to when studying color combination and visual design. Color theory of designs are actually meant by the way that designers choose the color for their collection or art to attract the people, and it also should consider all the measures and rules to be followed. So the colors is used to create mainly harmony, balance, and visual comfort in a design. So the colors are used to evoke the desired mood and emotion upon the viewers. Color is used to create a theme in the design. It also holds a meaning and can be symbolic. In certain cultures, different colors can have different meaning and all. So that's about the elements of design. So next I'm moving on to principles of design. So principles of design, what is principle of designs? Actually, principles of designs are applied to the elements of designs, and whole together they bring a design, a one design. So how we can apply these principles of designs are by considering the perspective, similarity, continuation, reputation, rhythm, and basic theme. So this principles of design determines how successfully a design may be by the way we apply it. So rather than this, there are some factors more. So I'll be explaining about balance and contrast. So balance actually means whether the design is symmetry or asymmetry. So there are types of balance in visual design. So I have pasted a picture here. So in that shape, particular shape, it's not a design, it's a shape. So it can be divided equally. When we divide from the center, it can be divided equally. But the second image, it cannot be divided equally. The both sides would not be in the same proportion. So the first design is symmetric and the second one is asymmetric. So that's all for the balance. And now we'll move on to contrast. Contrast is the path the viewer's eye takes through the artwork. Often to focal areas, such moments can be directed along lines like edges, shape, and color within the artwork and more. So here contrast, if it is a space, it can be either be filled or empty, near or far, or 2D or 3D, like that position, form, direction, structure, size, color, texture, density, gravity, all can be like either it can be one or the other. It has different types. So that's all for the contrast. So I'm moving on to my collection and my designer. So I have taken here Giorgio Armani. So Giorgio Armani is an Italian fashion designer, as we all have been rarely heard, but in India, but it's really famous in the international countries. So he first was working with the celebrities for themselves, and then he formed his company known as the Armani in 1975, which eventually diversified into music, sport, and luxury hotels. As we know that many hotels contains products from Giorgio Armani. Actually, his company's name is Armani. In 2011, Armani was acclaimed as the most successful designer of Italian origin and is credited for pioneering red carpet fashion. He is also the richest openly LGBT in the world. He opened the first Armani hotel in Burj Khalifa on 2010. So in the world fashion, he is influenced to the top name brands too. So as the calculation in 2021, Bloomberg Billionaire Index, Armani has net worth of US dollar 9.53 billion. So that's all for the designer. So I have taken here the Giorgio Armani's collection of pre-fall 2020. So what is pre-fall fashion refers to? The pre-fall fashion refers to the smallest capsule collection released by designers just ahead of the fall fashion shows in February. February. And it arrives in the store in early summer. Pre-fall fashion is usually unveiled in a less formal, smaller scale runway shot to the primary fall and spring fashion week shows. So Giorgio Armani turned his pre-fall presentation into a rather epic series of events. Though he didn't fly press and celebrities to an extravagant location, as has become customary for mega brands to do. He treated guests to a flurry of entertaining activities and his various headquarters in Milan. So basically this fashion show, like the fashion way he did to present his pre-fall collection was in Milan. So he had different types of entertaining activities to also held there. So that's all about the slide. So the first look in this, there are totally 89 looks, but I'm just presenting 4 to 5 looks only. So the first look he presented was this basic. It consists of mainly the colors the pre-fall collection mainly consists of black and beige colored theme. When it comes to when it comes to downwards, the looks have more colors included, like red, blue, and all. But I have taken all the collection which consist of beige and other cream colors. But mainly every collection is having black color. So the first look is this, and the second look, it has a blazer with beige color and black jumpsuit inside. Or this also consists of beige color. And these all designs are symmetrical. Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
you're saying something?
No, 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 no. Someone was here. That's it.
Okay, ma'am. So the look 3 is also with a blazer and a cargo pants. And the fourth one is completely beige. It's only having a little amount of black color theme. The fifth look is also beige with checks. It's also having a little theme of black only. And the sixth look and the last look which I have taken is having a shiny beige with black color. And it's also symmetric in this side. So the color palette, mainly in this all designs, it has black and a dark shade of gray, which is not that noticeable. And it's having different shades of beige and light a color which is in between of white and gray. And that's all of the color palette. Thank you.
Okay. So the presentation was good only, Basma. But the thing is that the heading that I asked you to follow, there should be a uniformity, right? So the heading that I asked you to follow is that design fundamentals and analysis. Okay. And I asked you all to conduct a study. If there is 89 garments in that particular collection, I asked you to refer to any 15, if I'm not wrong. Right. If I'm not wrong, I asked you to refer to 15 garments out of whatever number of garment is there in the collection.
Ma'am, I took 15, but after that, I saw yesterday's class. I was
Yes.
not there. So I saw yesterday's class. So everyone didn't take that much, and everyone was describing about principles and elements of design. So
And they
that's
were
why I changed my
discussing,
whole.
and they were also discussing it on about their garment and collection also. Right. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, dear.
ma'am, there is a problem. I have also taken your money, but not the
Okay.
same collection.
But not the same collection, right? So it's okay only. It's just fine. Okay.
Okay.
It's just another collection. So it's fine. So one thing I forgot to tell Anlis is that instead of shapes, you're supposed to use term silhouettes. Okay. So silhouette that represents shape or outline of your garment, your body type, and all. So instead of shapes, you are supposed to use the term silhouette, which is part of fashion terminologies. Okay. So yes. Okay, then let's move on to the next person. So Agna, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
About 1 minute. Class ends at 1:50, right? Am I right or wrong, or is it till 2?
Ma'am, two.
Okay, okay. So you do have time. Yes, Agna, you can share your screen.
Ma'am, can you see?
Not yet. Yes.
Um, so yeah, good afternoon to everyone. I'm going to take a seminar on the topic design fundamental and analysis. So first of all, I'm going to introduce my designer, Rajiv Pal. He is an Indian designer. He started his career with his brother Rajiv Pal in New Delhi at the company Orchid Oversea Lakme, and he started his first independent collection in 1990. He has designed costume for a popular Indian game show named Kaun Banega Crorepati, and he opened flagship stores in main cities of India like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, and he also ventured into designing jeweler. He is also known for his use of lotus and peacock motifs. He frequently uses rich fabric like velvet, brocade, and his designs are elaborate and inspired in Indian royalty. He was also awarded as Lakme Grand Finale Designer of for 2012. So that's it about him. And here there is the logo of his uh, Rohit Bals, and I'm gonna discuss this collection Lakme Week Fashion Week Summer Resort 2019. So first of all, I'm gonna discuss about the element of design, uh, which includes point, lines, shapes, textures. Before I go, I have taken examples of these uh, ele- elements of design. Sorry.
So in this slide, you are you're trying to explain elements of design along with those pictorial examples, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one suggestion I have here, Agna, it is that instead of using those sketches, that croquis sketches that you have on the right side of your slide, so instead of using that one, you could have shown an expanded pictures of those examples. Okay. Agna, are you there? Okay, she is having some network issues, I guess. We don't know yet about her plans on that particular slide.
Ma'am, she's having network issues.
She is having network issues. So just we will let her continue in the next session, right? Yes. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. I will go.
Okay, Gaia.
Mm.
Ma'am, we can use videos, right?
Ma'am, can you see?
Yes, dear.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. So today we'll be discussing about the different elements of designs and principles of design of Giorgio Armani's collection. Okay. So Giorgio Armani, he's an Italian fashion designer, and he is well known for his designer suits and red carpet gowns. And his signature style is of a relaxed yet luxurious and elegant ready to wear. And I like him for his approach to fashion. And to understand this better, I'd like to quote his words. Um, I was the first to soften the image of men and harden the image of women. Okay, so his trademark was reinterpreting traditional business suits to unstructured and comfortable styles for men and a more masculine look for women. And his designs used fabrics in surprising contexts and blends, which became his defining style. Okay, so I've selected his fall winter 2021-22 collection, and this is the collection. Okay, so first we have elements of design. So elements of design are basically the tools that the designer uses to create a particular design. And there can be points, lines, shape, and texture and pattern. Okay, so the designer uses all these elements to create a design. Okay, so first we have lines. And lines are basically the collection of points or dots, and it can give direction or a feeling of movement, and it can create optical illusion. So all these garments have lines, and there are different types of lines. There can be straight lines, curved lines, jagged lines. And so the first two garments have straight lines, and the last one has jagged lines. Okay, so that's what lines. And then we have shape, texture, and pattern. Shape, it refers to the silhouette, and it is very important because it is the first thing that we see. And texture, it describes the body and the surface of the fabric, so it can be rough or smooth or soft or stiff. So the first one has like a stiff and shiny, it is made of a stiff and shiny fabric, like a shiny coat. And the second
And
one,
if we compare the bottom and the jacket, it's like a texture contrast, right?
yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes. And the second one is of a soft velvet fabric. And yeah, and then we have patterns. Patterns are created when designs are repeated. In the last picture, you can see there is like a floral pattern. It is of a floral pattern. Yeah, and that's about elements of design. Next, we have principles of design. So like I said, elements, they are the tools that the designer uses, and the principles are what designers do with those tools to create rhythm, balance, emphasis, and contrast. And balance can be symmetrical or asymmetrical. Okay, so first we have rhythm. Rhythm, it is like the repetition of certain elements or certain shapes, like yeah, to create, and it will give a feeling of movement, like a visual flow within the design. So the first one, there is like a repetition of lines, and so there is a rhythm. That's rhythm. And then we have balance. Balance, it is a distribution of equal visual weight. It can either be symmetrical or asymmetrical. So the first one, if you just draw a line through the middle, a vertical line, you will get two equal parts. Both the sides will be the same, so it is symmetrical. While the second one, if you just cut it into two, you will get two different sides, because in the right side there is this, like there are buttons, and on the left side there is this pocket like thing, so it is asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical, and the look is balanced. Okay, can you go to the previous slide? Yes. So the look or the garment is balanced with the help of that particular pocket. on the left side, right?
Yes.
Yes, so the weight is balanced.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have emphasis. Emphasis, it is the center of interest in a garment, and it can be created using any one of these elements like shape, color, or pattern, or by combining all these elements can be created. Okay. So yeah, and we have contrast. Contrast is when different elements are used, like different contrasting elements. Like in the case of color, we have color contrast, and like when complementary pairs are used. We have learned in a color wheel, like when the opposite colors, the colors that lie opposite to each other, they are the complementary pairs. For example, red and green. Yeah, and so here different here black and white colors are used for this code. So there is like contrast. And then we have texture contrast. Texture contrast is when, like in the last picture, there is like different, there is a shiny fabric and a dull fabric is used. So that's contrast. And finally, we have the color palette. The color palette, okay, so this is the color palette for this collection. And so all these colors are used, different shades and tints and tones of blue, and then pink, black colors are used for this collection. Um, and yeah, okay, that's it. Thank
Along
you.
with achromatic shades. Achromatic is the tint and shades and tones of black. Okay. So yes. Okay. Very well presented, Gaia. I really like the way you explained elements of design and principles of design with the help of the collection itself. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. I really like the presentation. Yes. Very good. Okay. So we just have 6 more minutes. So it is not enough for one of you to finish your presentation, right? So we will just continue your presentation, your seminar in the next session, which is at 3:40. So we will just continue then. Everyone, please be ready with your presentation. Okay, guys.